John Razimus here. This is my ghost investigation gear for my trip I'm about to take. When I said over $1,000 worth, I wasn't exaggerating. I was underestimating. It's well over that. But reasonably speaking, I did buy this, my best night vision camera, before I ever started investigating ghosts. So I just happened to have a really good night vision. This is the Sony FDR AX33. Very popular for night vision. I even see the Ghost Adventures guys use that, but it's too expensive. I got that on sale, open box, but still it was expensive. I couldn't afford a second one, but I needed a second one, so I got this knockoff. This knockoff is not as good, but it does have legitimate night vision. You click this, it puts the night vision in black and white, whereas this one is the more classic black and green. So it'll be interesting to see the difference shooting the same thing with two different cameras from two different angles. My other night vision camera is this one, this GoPro knockoff, which I am going to use, and it is useful. It also has full spectrum capability, which is why I bought this full spectrum flashlight for that. These are two IR infrared flashlights, but these beams are the infrared beams, and they are very bright. But this one's actually pretty bright too. I'm really happy about that. I have my ACL electrostatic locators. Spirits can definitely manipulate static electricity. I've noticed firsthand. This thing, it's so weak compared to my other light sources that I only use it as a tester to see if everything's working. Luckily, this battery came just in time from China as a replacement for this, because when you're on the field, you don't have time to charge a battery. This is my main camera, but it's only for daytime use and evening, I guess, but no night vision capabilities, but a very nice Panasonic camera. Here's my new Rode attachment I can use. I'm going to use this when I'm investigating. You just attach it right there, and the sound is actually pretty nice on this camera. The sound isn't even as good on this one as it is on that one. But my original EMF detector, electromagnetic field, my EDI research device, good at telling what the temperature is. Also has a geophone and EMF sensor. And I have a geophone over here. It's pretty useful. We have 3 different REM pods. We have 2 GoPros. That's the GoPro Session Hero 5 and 4. We have the periscope, very cool device. Detects similarly as a REM pod, but you can see the light, so you can see if the entity goes right to left, left to right, stuff like that. And I have 2 smaller versions or taller versions of the periscope called the, what's it called? I think it's called the electroscope, something like that. Very cool. I haven't thoroughly tested these out, but when an entity comes close, negative or positive, it does work. These are my best recorders. Actually, my best recorder is right here, the Tascam, but I usually use this with my Rode lapel microphone. But these are my best for EVPs. We have this Sony, we have a couple Philips, different models, and those 4 are my main ones. I have these 2 lapel mic setups that have worked in the past with EVPs. The spirit said, that's not a spirit. With this microphone plugged in to either this, or it was actually, you know what? it was plugged into one of my reject ones. Now, the only reason I'm considering these rejects, this is my little reject pile. So I have a lot more equipment, but here's just an example. I don't like the quality of this one, RCA. These ones are purposefully old-fashioned, but I was testing out to see if spirits can more easily talk with low tech, and perhaps that's the case. But none of these are compatible with modern Windows. None of them. So actually, I recorded the spirit with, I believe, this one. And what I had to do is I had to plug it in, and I had to record the recording manually. Now, I can play it on here, and it is on here, but it breaks the segments apart if you push the wrong button. I don't want to destroy the sound, but I can play that someday. It's unfakeable that the voice is on here. It's unfakeable because I don't know how to put it on other than click the record, and I can't take it off because it's not compatible with any version of Windows. It's really old compatible. This is the Pi diode. I tested it out, and so far I've received 0 EVPs. That's just my experience. I don't need these things, just don't need them. But here's my drone. I'm going to try to get a drone shot of any isolated areas that no one's going to bother me, where I can just fly the drone. For all they know, I'm just going to be doing it for fun, but I'm going to try to get some shots of any place I'm investigating. We will see what happens. Obviously, you can't fly drones in many places. This is just a bunch of GoPro accessories and different mini tripods and stuff. And my main devices are these 2 Mel meters. They're my main 2 devices. I'm definitely going to be using both of these during my main investigations. I've never even used this laser feature on camera. I've only used it once, and it worked, but it was off camera, so no one's going to believe it. Before you turn any of these things on, I only turn this on to check the temperature sometimes. You want to most definitely record, otherwise no one's going to believe you. Of course, plenty of battery replacements. I need even more than that. I need to actually purchase a card for this camera. I need to purchase right now. I need to go to Walmart or somewhere in the middle of the night to purchase that card for that. So this is my ghost investigation equipment minus that pile of rejects. I'm not going to use that. But this is just a bit of what I have. It's a pretty decent setup for one simple trip. I'm going to take a couple days off. You learn from trial and error which ones are good, which ones are bad. These RCAs, this cheap old RCA, I didn't know if it was any good, but it turns out to be pretty good. So I liked it. I purchased this model and then this model. They're slightly different. You can see one has metal. This is a little more modern. But they both seem to be almost exactly the same. Sony is a pretty good brand because it's compatible with Windows. That's all I was looking for, is compatible with modern day Windows. But stay tuned, more episodes coming soon. I've yet to get these to work, not even a single time. So it doesn't mean they don't work. It just means I haven't come across them working yet. This thing has worked too well. So because it's worked too well, I'm probably going to be relying on the REM pod features on these 2 Mel meters. They both have built-in, Gary Galka invented it, the REM pod. I'm still not sure to this day if this is an official REM pod or not. That silver lining is when I traced my pattern thing to have a holder. But I think it might be a prototype or a knockoff. It's hard to say. It looks almost exactly the same as a real one. Maybe someone took off the sticker. It does seem to match some models. I'm a fan of the REM pod. If I see any older versions, I might want to grab them. But I think this is enough camera power and audio power to capture something good. I'm not going to hold back. If I actually capture something amazing, you will see it. I have already captured a few things, but concerning the 1820s house, or 1830s, I wanted to really investigate. I want to have a drone going over just to give you an idea of the area. It's isolated. There are no cell towers or power lines in the area. And I will do a test run on cell phones and power lines. But I'm going to a lot of cool different places. It's definitely going to take me a week or two to edit them. But you will see coming soon. Stay tuned. This is the John Razimus channel, Mysterialis Ghost Investigation. Be seeing you.